So the Hammerhead idea is to take information and show it to cyclists in a simple way. Show it to them in a way that they can easily just understand it and see it through the corner of their eye when they're riding a bike. So being passionate cyclists, we've been very interested in bringing, the technology of today to the bike industry and to cyclists in general. So that was sort of the genesis of the idea originally. So we devised a way that uses a series of light signals to take complicated information and show it to a cyclist in a simple way that's quick and easy to understand. So that's the Hammerhead concept. And some of the information that we're showing to cyclists is turn-by-turn directions, so showing them better ways to get around a city, showing them ways to, safer places to bike, places where they can avoid traffic, avoid some of the more dangerous areas in the city for bicyclists. And we're putting cyclists onto some of the safer roads and more enjoyable roads for the bicycle.
I definitely think that connected products will start touching all fields and all categories of products, because having products connected to the internet and the cloud gives a very big potential for new features, and it integrates many products of our home, for athletes, and we create interesting data that we can then analyze and use it to empower the users.
You take out your smartphone, both iOS or Android, and you open up our app and you put in where you'd like to go, and our app will show you the best way to get there for a bicycle. And you connect your smartphone to the Hammerhead 1 on Bluetooth, and then you put your phone away, and then the Hammerhead 1 shows you the rest of the turn-by-turn information that you need to know.
So for example, now I'm working on the front-end development of our app, and here I can simulate what would happen, for example, when the user clicks ride after he has planned a route. So here you can see what would happen. You go into this procedure where you pair your phone to the device and then it says go. Here is pretty much where we lay down the user experience of the device, of the app. So you can see here that there is like a whole flow going from the first page to and then pairing the device with the phone, and then you would get to the in-riding experience.
The maps that we've used are actually global at this point already, so we've got good information of most places on Earth today. And what we're going to do over time is, as more people start using our system, we'll be able to start using their insight they can tell us, these areas are places to avoid, whether it's through, whatever type of danger it might be, and then we can start building that information into the system. So part of it is starting with information that's good already, which we have, and then starting to build more intelligence on top of that, which is the next chapter for us.
Hammerhead customers are people who enjoy the outdoors, obviously initially are into cycling. They are people who are willing to try new things, who enjoy breaking out a bit of a routine. So rather than being habitual, I like to see Hammerhead customers as those wanting to progress in their sport, progress in their understanding of their local geography or their cities, and just be fascinated by the world. If you can drop a whole lot of pins around the city and see new places that you've never seen before, that's what we want to encourage.
We realize that there are many different types of people. There are people who, use their bike to get around the town. That's definitely one big type of customer. But there are also the people who, use a bike as a tool to race each other or as a sporting activity. And cyclists like that are interested in using the product to find new training routes. They're interested in using it to start to do some social competition, which is some of the features that we're building right now. So, and then there's also the mountain biking group, people who ride most of the time off-road and are interested in exploring new trails and finding new places to ride. So there are a lot of different types of bicycle riders who are interested in the product.
I think right now technology is solving a lot of our problems, and for us, we see that the best technology is the one that gives you more time and frees you up to do more interesting things. So it's solving problems and giving you power to enjoy the moments, really, and do things in a simpler way, much without thought, kind of almost unconsciously.
We've been very lucky in that we've had a lot of social sharing of the product. We've been able to, we've been lucky to get into a lot of news and press. So I would say the biggest way that the word has been shared about Hammerhead has been both on social media, so Facebook and Instagram and things like that. And we've also done a lot on various press pieces. So, but we haven't actually invested any capital yet in marketing. So we're quite lucky to have grown organically before that. The first milestone, I'd say, was when we built the first prototype that actually began to work. That was very exciting. We did that in, I'd say, early 2014. Another major milestone was when we did the crowdfunding campaign. We opened up our product for sale all over the world, and within about 6 weeks, we pre-sold it in more than 50 countries. So we were very excited about that. That was a huge milestone for us. And that showed us that there is a good amount of demand for the product.
Major milestones were having a minimal viable product and demonstrating that to people. Then the market really responding well to our ideas, to the concept of the Hammerhead. A third milestone was when we really had our first manufactured units. So properly manufactured PCBs and electronics, prototype plastics was a huge milestone. The fourth was when we had tooled for our plastics. So we had the molds ready to produce large-scale plastics. And then obviously the fifth was receiving a fully assembled unit from our assembly house.
Our product has both the physical piece to it and it also has the software piece. On the software, we're doing both iOS and Android development, so that means that there are a lot of different moving pieces and a lot of different things that we've had to design. On the hardware product, we've had a clear vision for building something that is this shape. It reminds us of the head of a hammerhead shark, and we've always had a clear picture that that's the shape we've wanted to achieve. On the software side, we've had the challenges of building something that works well on two platforms, iOS and Android, and still has, coherent language across of those two barriers. So we've been focused on that as well. And then we also, our product, the experience takes place on the hardware, but also on the app, on the software. So we've needed to design it in such a way that it feels like the same experience, even when it's, on two completely different pieces of our system.
Since we have a connected product, we have the physical part of it, we have the electronics part of it, the plastics, and also the app. So there is many moving pieces, and one of the most difficult parts is making them fit together very nicely and make a very interesting whole that makes sense. And having different people from different backgrounds really helps binds all of this together.
We're producing the products in Asia. Most of the manufacture takes place in China at this point. And because many of our orders are from overseas, we actually then send the orders out from Singapore. So once we produce the product, it then gets mailed out from a distribution center using the Singapore mail system. And almost half of our orders are from overseas and the other half are from the United States. And we're very excited about the international market.
We actually have very good Chinese partners, and a lot of them became friends of ours. When we go down there, we go out to have dinner and we exchange cultural food and ideas. It's very nice.
We see this first product as really just the first step towards building a lot more. I think that, in our company, we've built a company with DNA for many different sports. We have people who are passionate soccer players. We have, people who are from a rowing background, from a cycling background, from a running background. And what we want to do is build tools for athletes to train more effectively going forward.
We want to start tackling different sports. Cycling is the first one, but we want to grow and make new products and keep developing interesting technological products that help athletes perform better.
And the way I envision Hammerhead going forward is a company that enables a more sort of progressive cycling experience, one that incorporates your goals as an athlete and your desire to be more social as an athlete, actually.
You should totally try the Hammerhead once you have the opportunity. We would love to see you guys biking around with it.